Hello everyone, my name is Lawrence and my presentation today is about CMS or Content Management System. Well, CMS as a whole is a very big topic to cover, and so for today the scope of this presentation is to define what CMS is, describe its main goal in relation to web design and development, and what functionalities it can provide in building a website. Also, I will cover the pros and cons of using a website in contrast with or using a CMS in contrast with other ways of creating a website such as text editors or website builders. And lastly, for the scope, I'm going to describe briefly the top 3 most commonly used CMS, their similarities and distinctions. So moving on, content management systems, that's the title. So let's define what is a CMS. So CMS is a software, just like Microsoft Word. You'll notice later on when I show you the dashboard. It's pretty much like um, a word processor with icons, menus, and stuff like that. So it's a software that is being used to manage digital content in web designing and development. In web designing and development, as we have already experienced in the previous weeks, you can notice that all of the files, like for JavaScript, CSS, HTML, files for assets like media files, image files, logo, video and audio, all of this should be stored in one location. And CMS can help developers in organizing and managing all of these files. So let's go jump um, to another window. I just want to show you the dashboard of one of the top 3 commonly used CMS in the world today. This is, by the way, WordPress Dashboard. So as you can see, on the left side of the window, you'll see the different menus. And just before I give you a quick walkthrough of the different menus, let me just show you also Joomla and Drupal, which comprise the top 2 and 3 most commonly used CMS in the world today. So they're pretty much the same. Like, I mean, the layout may be different, but the functions could be the same. Like, for example, new article. If you want to add a new blog or a new post, new article, go here. Managing articles, managing your categories, the media library, the menu in your website, multiple users if you want to restrict their roles. So that's Joomla. This is how it looks like. Drupal. So Drupal, it has a menu bar over here for the content management, appearance for the customization or the design. We have here people also for managing the multiple users. So let's go back and jump into the WordPress. I'll just use WordPress for now. I'll show you or demo you WordPress for now because this is the CMS that I have used um, for the um, for the project that I have before in my previous subject, and it's still active. So yeah. So here you'll see post menu. Over here you can manage all of the articles, blogs, or posts that have been published before. So you can see here the published dates. So if you want to edit, hover onto the title and edit it, and then publish it. So let me just show you how to add a new article. Let's say you want to add a new article for your website. So just click on this button and then it will bring you here. Okay, so add the title, and then let me just delete this first. And then if you want to add the information over here, so add it in the paragraph region. Now let's go to the media library. Media library is basically all of the uploaded assets, your video, audio, and image files. So if you want to add this images into your article, so let's go back to the article. Let's say you want to add an image. So click on the add media. Let's say let's add this camera. Okay, I'm gonna insert into the post. So it's thinking, and then it will pop right in there. So, and then if you want to publish your new article, simply click on this button, publish. If you want to categorize it, then select the corresponding categories like that, and then add tags. Okay, so next would be the pages. Pages is like our Franklin City page or the gallery page. So for text editors like brackets, you need to open an HTML file and start from the scratch. But for CMS, one good thing about CMS is that you don't have to really build the structure of the HTML because the CMS can take care of that. So if you want to add a page, all you have to do is to add new, click on this button, and then name, put the name of the page. I'm using gallery because I can recall we have added gallery page in our website. So gallery, and then add information if you want to, and then update or publish. In this case, I have opened about page, that's why it's update. But if it's a new page, then what's in here is publish. Then just publish, and then you can see it from here. There. And then manage, or the appearance menu. Appearance menu is where the designing and customization happens. So as you can see, there are several templates or themes installed already. So that's one of the advantages of using CMS. You have access to thousands of templates that are ready to use. In this case, I have already activated access press parallax, and what happens is that your content that you have created or you have uploaded will puzzle in to the design of the template. So it's kind of like a magic, but really the beauty is if you want to further customize your template, you can go to this menu, customize. So if I'm gonna click on that, it's right here actually. You can add your logo, site identity, the name of your website. If you want to customize the color scheme, so let me just click on that. There, if you want to customize the color scheme, if you want to customize here the logo and the tagline, the site title over here, the menu, where do you want it to appear, you can customize it here. The homepage settings, here it's up to you if you want your website to have a static page when it loads, or if you want your website to show the latest post, you can also select it from here. And again, since you are using a template, your design is kind of limited. So that's one of the disadvantage. You can customize it only to a certain extent. But if you are an experienced developer, you can actually access or modify the style sheet directly, or the CSS file directly, by going through the editor over here. So if you are going to click the editor, you can actually open the CSS file itself, but you have to be very careful. See, notice this is the element, the tag, and then the CSS codes. Looks familiar, isn't it? Okay, so but just be careful, because if you mess up with the syntax, it can break the template, or it can break the styling. It can be very difficult to trace. Okay. Another beauty of using a CMS is access to plugins. Plugins are like codes that enhances the features of your website, pretty much like a JavaScript. Remember when we added a current date or a wind chill function to our website project? So plugins can also do that. So if you want to add a new plugin, then just simply add new, and then you will see the many different plugins available in the library. And there is like more than 55,000 of them in WordPress library. Another is collaborative development. So you can actually add multiple users and then assign their role accordingly over here. So if you want to assign someone to be an SEO editor, or a contributor, an author, an editor, like editor can edit even the CSS files, then you can assign the roles over here. Okay, so that's like the walkthrough of the dashboard. Going back to the presentation, so what's the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal of CMS is to provide an intuitive user interface for building and modifying web page content. So it is particularly it is useful particularly for the beginners, or the non-technically trained or inexperienced, unseasoned developers. And so even, for example, if you have built a website using a CMS, and when you turn it over to the client can actually handle or manage the maintenance of that website, especially if they're only updating the content. So CMS can take care of that. Unlike if you pass on like um, a folder with text files, JavaScript, and CSS, it can be very difficult for the client. So that's one of the advantages of using CMS. Okay, now in summary, here are the things that it can do. It can help in web-based publishing, format management, history editing, and version control. Because everything that you publish, there is a date and time. Pros and cons. Okay, I have mentioned several of these a while ago. So one of the pros is content editing is separate. So even if you do not know how to edit, modify, or if you're worried about messing up with the CSS, you don't have to, because if you are a content editor, then all you have to worry is the content. Remember, you have those fields where you can put or add your content over here. For example, this one, all you have to do is to fill up the fields, and that's it, and publish. You don't have to worry about the CSS. Selective access permission. This goes with the assigning roles for the multiple users. Speedy updating goes with the customization of the color, typography. It's easy. All you have to do is to go to the appearance menu. What about for the cons? Security risk. Since it's an open source developed by the community, hence there are many hackers that can actually break. But nowadays they're trying to enhance the integrity of the security of CMS. So fully customized design, again, since you're working with templates, then if you are a beginner, then it can be very hard and dangerous for you to delve inside the style sheets. And then functionality limitations. Though there are several plugins, there will come a time wherein there is no plugin that can perfectly match your requirement or your need. So there. The top three most popular CMS would be Drupal over here, Joomla, and WordPress. And for some trivia, 71% of the websites are created using CMS. Their market shares, okay, 60, 6.3 and 2.2, 60 being WordPress as the dominant force. Their similarities and differences, or their ranking in terms of these different parameters. But I just want to emphasize here that their base technology is PHP and MySQL. And for ease of use for beginners, WordPress is the easiest to use and most customizable because of the plugins and templates. Type of sites that you can build, here you are. And so, thank you very much.